So this is the tub where I want to install the glass shower door. Existing there was this shower curtain and it is fixed with these screws. So once you unpack the box, in addition to the included hardware like this and the screws, you will find 4 aluminum strips. The strips with holes in them, 3 holes, 1, 2, 3. There are 2 strips which have 3 holes in them. One of them goes on the right side, one on the left side. This one, the bigger one, this goes on the top and this smaller one goes on the bottom. So the first step is to install these two, one on the right and one on the left side. This strip is deeper from one side and shallower from the other side. So the shallow side will go towards the wall and the deeper side will face outside. So this is the hardware included. These are the 2 stoppers which will be inside the railing. This will be on the bottom railing so that the glass can slide in between. The screws, the plastic inserts. So all of the hardware is available. Removing the existing curtain rod. So I have put this aluminum strip on the right side of the tub temporarily and held it in place with a masking tape, and similarly on the left side. And what I need to do now is to make sure that it is level and plumb. So I will use this, put it on top, and as you can see it is not level at this time, and similarly if I put it here, you can see it is not straight. So with the help of this, I'll make sure this is straight. Same goes true for that one. And also I will use a measuring tape to measure the distance from the edge of the tub to make sure that it is 100% square. And similarly on that side also. So now it is pretty much plumb and level. As you can see, and also I have confirmed the distance. The same thing I'll do on the other side. So the drill bits that I'm going to use for drilling I faced no issue in drilling a hole in the tile, and these drill bits were excellent. Now after the pilot hole, I have to use the 3/16, and this hole is not big enough for 3/16, so I will remove this aluminum strip and then drill again. This is the pilot hole which will be reamed with the 3/16 bit. Now this is the 3/16. That's done. Similarly the other holes. So instead of the provided butterfly plastic inserts, I'm going to use this one because this hole diameter is a little less than the ones which are provided, so I'll use these. Just be careful with the use of hammer, as you may end up cracking the tile. Now installing the rubber stopper and also reducing the torque of the drill to avoid any overstripping. So this is done. This is how it looks, and similarly for all other screws. So now this stopper, this needs to go in. So here you can see it is exactly 57 inches from that to this corner. So let's cut the bottom strip accordingly. So for cutting the bottom strip to length, I am going to use this miter box and this hand saw. It has a blade of 32 threads per inch. That is what is recommended for cutting aluminum strips. So I'm making sure again that this is the 57-inch mark, and I have put a masking tape just to be sure. So the cutting was easy and it hardly took a couple of minutes. So it has been cut to length and looks like a neat cut. Let's go and install it. So the bottom strip has been cut. Let's see if everything turns out to be fine and the size is okay. Although I was careful in taking the measurements, but seems like this one turned out to be a little bit off. So there is a splay, and to remove this I had to cut another small piece, this one, which I'm going to insert there like this, and this makes it tight. So a couple of millimeters off, but I was not happy, so I had to do this. So the next step is to insert this rubber gasket in the lower aluminum strip. This is it. So you insert it like this. So once you have inserted this gasket all the way in, flush with this end, you have to cut it from here, trim the length so that it is just up to. So after inserting this rubber strip in there, now the next step is to apply some silicone in this groove all the way. So I have installed the bottom strip after applying the silicone, and that is the top strip. I have already cut it to length. So let's see if everything now fits properly. We can start from this side first. Oh, yes, properly done. Here you can see from this side and this side. So this is the ridged side, this comes out, and the plain side is on the inside. Next are these hooks, which will be installed here to make sure that this top trim stays intact here strongly. And in order to do that, this is how it will be done. We insert it here in, turn it around like this. So there are 4 screws. These are the ones, the self-tapping ones, which will be installed with this. And these ones will be installed with this, which will also come on the bottom trim. So using a pencil, you can mark it. And then once it is done, you can remove this to drill pilot holes. So this is the pencil mark, and I'm going to drill a pilot hole. So I will use this 5x64 drill bit for making pilot hole for this screw. Similarly on the other side. So a practical tip, once you have made this hole with a drill bit, drive this screw a little bit in before installing anything, because it is aluminum. It will be difficult to install the screw otherwise. This will make it easier. So drilling pilot holes for installing this lower guide in this trim. Now installing the screws. So this is the bracket which will be installed on the two holes on the top, one here and one here. And as per the instructions, this is the rough side of the glass and the other side is the smooth side. So the smooth side will be facing inside towards the shower. Since this is the hole through which the glass will be hanging, so we need to remove this screw. This is a screw, there is a washer. And there is a spacer in between, which is important so that the glass is protected when we are screwing this tight. So make sure this is there. So let's do that fixing. Like this. And then this comes here. Yeah. So this is properly done. And as you can see, this is not in the middle. So that is why they are showing the direction the way it has to be. This is the grooved side and this is the smooth side. So as per the instructions now, we have to slide it here, insert the screw from here, first hand tighten, and then we can tighten it with a screwdriver. It will look like in the end. This is the rough side and this is the smooth side. The glass is pretty heavy, so be careful when you are doing this. Preferably if you can get somebody to help you, that would be better. So let's see. Yeah, this is fine. So the last step is to install this guide. I have already pre-drilled the screws here. Just put it like this so that the glass is in between the two guides. Just insert and tighten these screws and the job is done. Yeah. Install those small hooks here and similarly the handle on the outside. So you have to use this provided Allen key to tighten these knobs, and I'll show you how. So using this Allen key in here, you can just tighten it like this, and similarly for others also. So this is the final result. This grab handle is on the outside and these smaller knobs are on the inside. This is how it is operating. Thanks for watching.